Honored to be with you today. I'm Michael Letts. I'm the president of Invest USA. We are a national grassroots charity that support, take care of our first responders, our law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS all across the country. We make sure that they have active shooter vests necessary to come home safely to their families. So why am I here today? You know, the mandates, we share a commonality, a common goal. Last week, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, is that better? Yeah. Last week, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors fired 4,000 Los Angeles County deputies. What? Because they refused to be vaccinated. Well, folks, here's the problem. Here's why I felt it urgent enough to fly into D.C. today for this presentation. We have the highest crime rate in the history of America today. Violent crime is up by 39%. We have more officers killed in the line of duty than we've ever had in history before. We have the lowest morale that we've ever had. You see what the media is doing to our first responders? They call us all racist. They say we're bad people. Or you should be afraid of us. They disrespect us. And then we wonder why we have the highest violent crime rate in the history of this country. Because of Black Lives Matter, the Antifa, other organizations like that, will have the audacity to go into our communities, to riot, to loot, to burn, and walk away. They ask us to stand down. We've been trained to protect, and they tell us to back down and to watch. That's why we have so many officers that are leaving the force. In fact, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, within the next 2 years, we expect there won't be enough people to answer 911 calls anymore. And when we get to that point in this country, we have anarchy, and we have the old Wild West again. So we're seeking to do everything we can to keep that from happening. One of the things we can do as a society is to make sure that we let our first responders know that we're behind them. You see, we recognize now that our government is not. We know they're using us as political pawns to advance their causes, their liberal agendas. But quite frankly, our first responders are still America's true heroes. They do it not because we pay them much, not because we respect them anymore, not because they have anything to gain by it. They do it because they have a heart. And so the least we can do is to make sure they have what's necessary to come home safe to their families. So we have a gentleman here who represents some of the first responders, a firefighter. We're going to symbolically give him a vest and make sure he and his department are taken care of down the road. We flew in for this event today to let you know we stand with you. No more mandates. Enough is enough. It's time for America to regain its freedom, and we're going to take the point in doing that. So with that, you give us your name and tell us what department you work with. We appreciate that.
My name is Chris. I work with Montgomery County, Gaithersburg.
Fantastic. Let's have a hand for our first responder, for Chris. And let's have a hand in response for America's heroes, our first responders across the country. Hurrah! Chris, put your hand on that. We do this all across the country. This is called our photo op. We make sure we get this done.